So my name's Shay from Hallam Interiors. We specialise in luxury kitchens, bathrooms and spas.
I guess to start with, kind of want to dial it back in terms of what you guys were doing before working with us. Can you kind of run me through what challenges you were facing with growing the business from a kind of perspective?
I think we've tried pretty much everything. From old school leaflet drops to the online sites and the sort of forum sites. You have the My Builder, Block Builder, that sort of thing, the check trade, the things that everyone does. Now we have dabbled in the Facebook advertising in regard of having a nice post and boosting it and having the results.
What kind of results did you see from kind of doing it yourself and boosting posts?
Very little, to be honest. We've got a few more page likes, but as far as leads coming through, minimal.
And I guess then when looking for something a little bit more solidified, kind of longer term from a social media perspective, what kind of initially attracted you to Social Hotspot to kind of get in touch?
To be honest, something different, because we've tried everything else for 4 years now. Don't get me wrong, they've done okay. They've got us to where we are now, but it was very much a case of it's still expensive to do all these different things, and you're talking to one person, but you're paying per lead essentially for one customer. We want to try something different. That's where we saw what you guys was offering and thought, yeah, let's try it.
Let's give it a go. I know that you obviously, like a customer, you do your due diligence and have a look at other companies. I guess like what stood out about Social Hotspot in comparison to other businesses?
When we started, I actually saw your ad first, and yes, we do our due diligence and we check everyone. So I believe there was 4 companies that we had sort of you pit against. And I think the more you start looking, the more you start seeing that everyone was offering the very similar sort of thing, and you wasn't. You was doing, for a start, you was coming out and filming your own content. We're doing now, and that's not something that, even when we actually put that to other companies and said, well, these are offering this, and they was just straight up, no, that's just
really,
no, it's a picture. Essentially, we'll take some nice pictures, take your pictures, create an ad, and when you said we're going to come to site and do all these sort of ad campaigns, that's what stood out for a start.
You definitely noticed the difference in results. That's what I explained.
It was, yeah.
Like when you've got high quality advertisements, you get high quality leads, as you know yourself. Moving into starting to work with us, you've kind of given this a go. Obviously a little bit hesitant, maybe a little bit skeptical about starting. I think we're 3 or 4 months in. How have you found working with Social Hotspot?
I must admit, because when we was doing all this and the amount we was willing to just sort of go all or nothing on it, because we exhausted a lot of the other ones. So it was like, you know what, just do it. All eggs in one basket, let's just do it. And you guys are very young, which on the front page you think, okay, that was one of the downsides. It's actually, looking at now, one of the more positives, because it's a young industry. It's social media, you need to be young. A lot of the older business owners that are, you know, it is a young game, this whole thing. How we found it was, I would say, more skeptical than most. It has gone 5 to 10 times better than I ever thought it would.
Great.
So yes, we've got here. We've always been nicely steady busy, but we have had to work for leads. Now we're 3-4 months in, and we've already told you to turn it off once because of how well it has been working.
And I guess in terms of like specific results then, because we've been working for 3-4 months now, obviously we're getting direct sales, direct leads coming through the advertisements, on top of just elevating website visits, on top of what you guys are doing externally. But what effect has happened or change has happened within the business since starting 3 or 4 months ago?
The main thing is my job role has changed, because before I've always been sales. That's my part of the director. It was, my first part was finding the sales, so I had to spend a lot of time chasing leads, cold leads. That was a little bit demoralising a lot of times when you get a call and saying, oh well, I didn't ask for a call, and it wasn't a nice part to where I am now, where I've all of a sudden got so much more time to run the business and grow the business, because I'm not doing that part. I've got good quality leads constantly coming through. I'm not having that first bit.
And how are you finding, obviously we're delivering appointments for you, so it's a little bit a step further past the leads. How are you finding that being taken care of in relation to you're kind of getting pre-booked in-home appointments with customers now, whereas previously you work on, like, how is your day-to-day job and kind of general process changed?
So mainly going back onto the times, a whole section of my job of that and booking appointments and things that has now gone. Essentially, I've got a calendar full of price qualified leads.
And in terms of specific results then, do you know roughly how much revenue extra has been brought in on behalf of?
We haven't got an exact figure. I know that the advertising side, so when we book a lead or a customer walks through the showroom and things like that, or we get a phone call, we have a criteria where we ask where they come from. I would say now it's probably 90% from social. Well, that is where our leads come from now, whereas before there's a little bit here, a little bit here. It's 90% coming from social.
So do you think we've been able to kind of unlock a new portion of the market which previously you might have had difficulty accessing?
Absolutely, yeah, especially because we've sort of going for the luxury side, which is a lot more sort of 1% style. It's not because of the price of the installs, it isn't available to everyone in that respect. So to be able to be branched out and advertise in front of a lot more people then helps to find the right customers.
Yeah, and I guess just generally with the team, how have you found just general kind of communication and kind of day-to-day stuff?
Communication's great. The team know what they're doing in regard to tech support as well, throughout the CRMs and things like that, to the point that we can sort of just let you guys do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that easy.
Yeah, it tends to be that first month, we're understanding kind of nuance, you're understanding how we work.
How we work, yeah.
And then it kind of just runs.
Yeah.
I guess just last thing, like if you were to, obviously you said before you started, highly skeptical, something new, willing to really give it a go, which is important, but still kind of like, not really sure about this.
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now, 4 months on of going into it, like what would you say to yourself back then who maybe was skeptical?
It's difficult. I would firstly say, don't hesitate, you should have done it this a long time ago. But obviously whatever we've done has got us to this point now. But there'd be no hesitation now. It's whatever you guys do, it works. As simple as that.
Yeah.
To anyone who would like to do it, always nervous about it.
And then I guess just for yourself, obviously we want to have kind of like an archive gallery of these. So over the next 6 to 12 months, where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing?
Because of now our main concern is lead time, because in my head there's always a cut-off between a customer signing up and then telling them you've got to wait 6 to 8 months. It's like, for me personally, I want something tomorrow. For us now, we need the third team to be able to cope with the amount of work that's coming in.
So third team next.
Third team next, Karen wants it before Christmas. I mean, yeah, that's the goal.
Perfect. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.